If it keeps on raining, if it keeps on raining, the levee's going to break. If it keeps on raining, if it keeps on raining, the levee's going to break. When the levee breaks, when the levee breaks, we'll have no place to stay. Boom, 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 boom. Mean old levee, taught me how to weep and moan. Mean old levee taught me how to weep and moan. You should be able to hear that. It's just enough. Just enough to probably get a copyright strike from Virgin Records. Right? Just enough. Just enough for a copyright strike. When the levee breaks, when they get me, if they get me, when they get me, if they get me, if. That's the end. I might be I'm telling you, I'm the last American. Because the only prerogative, the only thing they want is for me to stop talking. I am America, and so can you. I can talk about your stuff. Give me a fucking topic. I can argue what you believe. Better for you, whatever it is you believe. I can argue your points for you. I am America. The people at the top are not America. They hate America. Hate. Passionately hate white Americans, black Americans, Hispanic Americans, Jewish Americans. Those are the only 4 Americans. I'm just kidding. The Asian Americans. They hate every American. They hate you. The more they wave their fucking American pride flag, the more they hate you. The First Amendment is the foundation. Just think about it. Think about it. Look at the Madison paper. Okay. Let's do a quick overview. HTTPS. Okay. Hello? Can you hear me in the back? Listen. Let's go over quick bullet points. Quick bullet points on the formation of the founding documents of these United States of America, starting with the bullet points and quick bullet points on a timeline on the formation of the founding documents of these United States of America, starting with the Madison Papers, and ending with the Constitution as it exists presently. Okay. The first thing that the states wanted was states' rights. The First Amendment to the Constitution. An amendment is a change. Keep that in mind. To amend something is to change it. That means that the Constitution was written, and then in order to get it ratified, in order for the states to ratify, to say, okay, I agree with this, they said, make these changes. The first 10 changes is called the Bill of Rights. And out of those first 10 changes that the people wanted, the very first thing, the first fucking thing they wanted was the right to express themselves without consequence. That's what it fucking means. The right to say what the fuck you think without consequence. Freedom of speech does mean freedom from consequences. Whoever came up with that little fucking snippet of bullshit, right or left, is a fucking faggot. Nigger fucking faggot. Freedom from material consequences, legal consequences, economic consequences, physical violence, all of the above. Say whatever the fuck you want without material consequence. Okay. 1787. The Federalist Papers begin with Madison, Hamilton, and John Jay. These essays advocate for the ratification of the U.S. Constitution. May 25th, the Constitutional Convention in 1787 convenes in Philadelphia to address the weaknesses of the Articles of Confederation. Which preceded, I should have added the Articles of Confederation. The Articles of the Confederacy, the Confederation. September 17th, 1787. The U.S. Constitution is signed by 39 delegates. Okay, so he doesn't go into details. I wanted more detail on the Madison Papers and federalism. Because the Federalist Papers expound, and then I'll scroll back up, expound on the weaknesses of the AFC and tell more about Federalist Papers and federalism. Important, very important shit, guys. Especially if you're a fucking cop. That's why I tagged Austin, because I got some shit to say about Austin's police department and how many organized criminals you have in your fucking organization. I've got some fucking shit that I want to talk about. And I'll just say it. Actually, I'll just say it right now. Because it's pretty quick. It's pretty simple. You ought to be tracking the location of the police officers on duty, where they are and where they should be, how long they should be there. Okay? If you have somebody responding to a call, making an arrest in a particular location, a particular geographical location, who spends far more time in that location than they should be, then it ought to take them to complete their fucking paperwork or whatever. What are they doing in their car there? What are they doing? Are they jacking off? What are they doing? Just hanging out, waiting, possibly waiting to respond to another call? What would be the case there? What would be possibly involved in a police officer hovering near the location, a particular location, and then just happens to conveniently be in a location that, in a place where potentially somebody is trying to stage a crime? Start asking yourself some fucking questions. Because I'm getting fucking sick of this shit. I'm getting goddamn sick of this shit. Okay. Locate your police officers and fucking duck every single fucking location and why they're there, why they're spending so much time there. Because if a police officer, you really, especially when it comes to like people attempting to stage crimes or committing crimes, you should be asking really serious, the public should be asking very serious questions about the response time, when, who received what call, why, when, who, what, when, where, why. If you are located near a place, if a police officer just happens to be so fucking close to a place that might involve somebody making a claim of entrapment in staging crimes, I just want that on the fucking record. How many criminals are in the Austin Police Department? Serious fucking question. The weaknesses of the Articles of Confederation, ratified in 1781, served as the first Constitution of the United States. The Articles of Confederation had not established a separate executive branch to enforce laws, leading to ineffective governance. There was no national judiciary. There was no federal court system to interpret laws or resolve disputes between the states. Important shit. There was a unicameral legislature. Not a bicameral, but a unicameral. There was a supermajority that was required. There was no power to tax. Congress could not levy taxes. I actually am starting to remember this from high school. Okay. Inability to maintain order. Shays Rebellion. Okay. Didn't work. The Federalist Papers. A collection of 85 essays written primarily by James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, and John Jay, and published to promote the ratification of a new constitution. The key themes. Essays argued that a stronger federal government was necessary to maintain order, provide for the common defense, and regulate commerce. Checks and balances. The authors emphasized the importance of a system of checks and balances to prevent any one branch of government from becoming too powerful. To prevent things like the judiciary or the Congress or the president from becoming too powerful. Protection of individual rights. While initially lacking a Bill of Rights, the Federalist Papers argued that the structure of the government itself would protect individual liberties. Notable essays. Federalist number 10, written by Madison, discusses the dangers of factions and how a large republic can mitigate their effects. Also, by Madison, outlines Federalist number 51, outlines the need for separation of powers and checks and balances within the government. to prevent institutions from being usurped by organized crime. Ideally, the concept of federalism is a system of government in which power is divided between a central authority, like Washington, D.C., and all the hive of maggots writhing in fucking children, like Washington, D.C., and a constituent political unit, like a state, like the state of Missouri or Kansas, who might aid and abet because of their debts, because they're fucking how how in debt is Missouri and Kansas, you stupid fucking pieces of shit. I'm not even going to get to my topics, am I? 16 minutes. Fucking motherfucking shit-ass pet fuckers. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. How much debt is Kansas and Missouri? How much debt is Kansas in to the federal government? The feds. You hold debt over somebody. Kansas is projected to be approximately $460 million in debt by the fiscal year 2028. Missouri is it doesn't say. Missouri's not specified. Ooh, interesting. What about Texas? Pretty sure Texas has a surplus. Not specified. Okay, what about surpluses? My information on this might be a little fucked up, but me thinks that Kansas is full of fucking dog shit. Absolute fucking criminal fucking maggots. Kansas and Missouri. Kansas has $248 million above projected tax receipts for fiscal year 2025 and $375 million deficit for... Oh, okay, interesting. Missouri is currently facing a $1 billion shortfall in general revenue. $1 billion. And Texas is experiencing a substantial budget surplus. $24 billion surplus in Texas. Texas also faces a $10.8 billion shortfall in covering its financial obligations due to unfunded pension liabilities. Okay. Budget surplus. Texas, $24 billion. Missouri, -$1 billion. That's where all your criminals are. That's where all your fucking organized crime is in Missouri. Guarantee it. Missouri and Kansas, right in the middle of the fucking country. A fucking cesspool of niggers and faggots. Just draining. You want to drain the swamp? Blow a fucking hole in state line. Just carve a fucking ditch down state line road from St. Joe to Joplin. carve a ditch, and let it all drain into into hell. Drain that fucking swamp. Fuck those fucking niggers. Why do I still have Ed and this fat bald faggot walking around? Why don't you guys just get the fuck away from me? Stupid niggers. Get the fuck out of here. Okay. So there was a thing that Mr. Zhang, the predictive history guy, got into. Who, the predictive history dude, Chinese dude, whatever, he ends up talking about organized crime and secret societies, and he goes into the way that these criminals who get raped as children end up growing into this like weird, incestuous prankster type prankster thing, and the prankster is the devil. Like, that shit goes together. When I spent all that fucking time with William Joseph Prettyman, Joseph Anthony Searing, Michael Harcourt, Chris Taylor, sorry Chris, love you bud. I think Chris and his sister are victims of serious fucking abuse, and they may not even be aware of it. Like, they may both have suffered serious fucking physical consequences from their I don't know how these people get drawn into this stuff. But Chris and Heather are, out of that whole clan, definitely my favorites at this point. Unless Willie confesses and gets amnesty. He could go confess and get amnesty. But regardless, pranking is a big part of it. You start doing, like, they start committing to pranks in high school. Some of the biggest lone jack high school pranks in, I guarantee, the history of that fucking town were committed between the years 1998 and 2004. I guarantee you. The shit, the pranks that those motherfuckers got up to, they were like, they like fucking pulled down, pulled down like goalposts and like fucking they had a whole like fan bandwagon thing going on. Okay, living with these motherfuckers, you couldn't take a shower in that house. You could not take a shower without somebody, while you're showering, breaking into the fucking bathroom and dumping ice cold ice water over the fucking shower curtain. You're in the fucking middle of washing your hair, and here comes freezing cold ice water, dripping down your balls, shriveling it up like a fucking little acorn. And it was fun. I'm not gonna lie, had a good time. But what this stuff leads to is what they still consider prankster stuff. And it goes deeper, darker, to where there's no disjunct between committing a prank, doing it for funsies, and actually committing a serious fucking crime. I personally was a complicit, an accomplice to a crime in the middle of Lee Summit, in the middle of downtown Lee Summit. I participated in blowing up a fucking toilet. We had an extra toilet and an M80. I personally, in the middle of downtown, the most populous intersection in downtown Lee Summit, sat down, was filmed, sat down, opened up a paper, pulled my pants down, sat down, and fucking pretended to read a paper and take a shit in the middle of Lee Summit, in like 1 o'clock in the morning. There was only 1 or 2 cars that passed by at that time, but I'm sure they were like, what the fuck? And then we subsequently blew it up with a fucking M80. It was hilarious. I don't know what the statute of limitations on that, but come and get me. This is in like 2005. It's 20 years ago, but never heard another fucking word about it. It goes and goes and goes until they, like, for me it was always, I was the voice of reason. In fact, I'm probably the reason that these people are not in fucking jail right now, because I was always the guy like, guys, that's too much. Like, they were always like, let's do this. And I swear to God, I guarantee you, that path leads to pranking. Oh, ha ha ha! Isn't that funny? Oh, what if we took the fucking... Oh, what if we tied him up? Oh, what if we chopped his fucking head off? What if we raped a bunch of children? That's how their fucking mind works. And it's like, goes and goes and goes and goes. And that's the whole fucking ruling class. They're pranksters. I want to talk about... specifically, there's a television show, and there's specific things that are psychological things that are really fucking trippy. If you were, let's say, the type of person who's not privy to this shit, there's a show called, you know what, actually, let me finish that real quick. No, that's not it, this one. Okay. It was, okay, so then they go, federalism is separating the powers between the states and the federal government. State sovereignty was in the 10th Amendment. The advantages of federalism or local governance, and the experimentation. It's why Denver has legalized mushrooms. It's a fucking great system, as long as it's not corrupt. And I just real quick, I already made the emphasis, but say it one more fucking time. The Constitution in '88 was sent to the states for ratification. The debates arise between the Federalists and the Anti-Federalists. In 1789, March 4th, 1789, the first Congress of the United States convened under the new Constitution. 1791. Okay, so it was in 1791. The Bill of Rights, consisting of the first 10 amendments to the Constitution. The Constitution remains the supreme law of the land with 27 amendments, the most recent being ratified in 1992. Okay. List the first 10 amendments. I mean, just think about the rational process. Over 5 years or so. 5 years, not that long. But think about it in time, the way that you experience time. It's the same fucking thing. Time hasn't changed. Okay? You got a bunch of people trying to make a government. They pass around this thing. They're going to sign it. They're going to ratify it. They're going to get it into place. But they say there's 10 things we want to change about it. And out of those 10 things, out of the first 10 things they want to change, the very, very, very first and primary thing is the very first amendment. The first change to the thing. No. Print fucking retard. Print the first 10. Sam Altman, I'm going to love you to death if you don't fucking correct this shit. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Let's break it apart. The First Amendment. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of any fucking religion, including Satanism. Including Satanism. Including satanic fucking edicts, spiritual edicts, like a soul, like a male soul can be born in a female biology. Okay? Congress shall make no law that respects the establishment of a satanic creed and satanic spiritual beliefs such as a female soul being born in a male biology. Okay. Congress shall make no law respecting or make no law abridging the freedom of speech or of the press. Abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Full stop. That is the First Amendment. Abridging the freedom of speech. Let's pop over here. Print the... Oh, it's not on a federal level. Maybe that's how they're getting away with it. Maybe Kansas, which ostensibly has its own First Amendment, ostensibly, let's say the Texas First Amendment. The Texas equivalent to the First Amendment. Calling you niggers out. Every person shall be at liberty to speak, write, or publish his sentiments on all subjects, being responsible for the abuse of that liberty. And no law shall ever be passed to restrain or abridge the liberty of speech or of the press. That's the Texas equivalent. Okay. Now, print the Texas Protection from Abuse Act. I said print it. Their most recent effects taking these amendments include provisions for enhanced monitoring of domestic violence offenders and the use of GPS tracking devices for high-risk individuals. What the fuck is going on in Texas, guys? A critical legal framework designed to protect victims of domestic violence. It provides clear guidelines for obtaining protective orders and outlines responsibilities of law enforcement and ensuring safety of victims. No. Print the text of the act. Why? It's a contact. It's the no contact thing. That's what I was trying to get at with the First Amendment violation, because I was charged with domestic violence in 4 counts for sending text messages. 4 counts of misdemeanor domestic violence for sending non-threatening text messages, for sending poetry about my daughter's dead hamster. Okay. So back to the pranks. They convince themselves all the way up to the point of believing that they're just being pranksters when they kill and rape and murder. Okay? The thing about this that I wanted to get into, Mike, check, was explain Practical Jokers TV show prank involving sound effects. This is interesting. Impractical Jokers, 4 friends, Joe, Sal, Q, Murr, blah, blah, blah. Everybody knows this one. One of the recurring themes in their pranks is the use of sound effects to enhance the humor and absurdity of situations. Unexpected timing. The jokers often use sound effects at unexpected moments to create a comedic. No, that's not it. That's not it either. A dramatic musical cue while someone is trying. No. Interactive pranks. The jokers might have earpieces that allow them to hear sound effects and cues. No, there was, I saw one with sound effects while an unsuspecting bystander was moving something like a planter. Random sound effects like cartoonish boings and crashes. Okay, yeah. So this is what I'm talking about. Imagine it's not a TV show, and it's a real person doing this in real life to you, just to fuck with your head. This shit happens where I am, and if I was not privy to it, it would cause me to go, "What the fuck?" I mean, I'd be like, am I losing my mind? No, I see it when it happens. I'm like, oh, you was you. You go to, okay, here's an example. The what, because you have to, there's no way to time this except for it to be like laser focused on spying on you, like watching your movements. So you'll be, let's say, laying down. And you'll go to move, like shift in your bed. You like go to shift, or you're like on a couch or something, and you go to shift, and they'll drop something that is a very noticeable, loud. Something fell and hit the ground. Now, just imagine the way that works psychologically. You move, you go to make a sudden movement, you hear something fall, your instinct is to go, did I just drop something? It's your first fucking instinct. Did I just drop something? You look around like, and they got me a few times, but then until I caught one of them, and I realized that, like, how that is exactly what was happening. And I was like, oh, you motherfuckers. Another one. I'm trying to think of another one. But like they were doing it on the Impractical Jokers thing. There was a lady trying to like water a plant or something. She was trying to like move it, and they were through a microphone with a fucking speaker making sounds. And then when she stopped, they would stop, and then she'd go again, and they would go again. And just imagine not a fucking. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe I am on a fucking TV show. I'm just waiting for everybody to fucking come out and go, ah! It's a fucking 5-year TV show. It's reality TV. A 5-year plan. Show me what you got. So yeah. So I wanted to break. Look at that, 42 minutes. The other thing was the Saplings thing. It's just something that occurred to me that gave me peace. Gave me a sense of peace. Because I need a sense of peace at every opportunity that could possibly occur. I need to have a sense of calm because I am being perpetually fucked with constantly all the time by shadowy fucking freaks, and they love it. It's like a pig rutting in shit. They love it. You ever go to a farm, you see a pig just get down in the mud, like just roll around in it, or a dog right after a dog. These are dog people. They're dog people who have to be pistol whipped into fucking understanding right and wrong. Pistol whipped. These people are fucking dog people. Stop, children. Stop your own children in the ass. You fucking idiot. As soon as you give a dog a bath, they'll run outside and fucking roll. Really, they're trying to get the chemicals off of them. That's what they're doing. They're like, I don't feel right. And that's the exact same fucking thing. Is these fucking criminal fucking freaks. They love being fucking stupid, stinky, rolling around and shit. They just fucking love it. They love the because they're parasites. They like the other parasites glomming onto them. They're like, yeah. I tend to focus on something and then I lose it. And I realize that they're saplings. I'm just planting seeds. I can return to them, or you can pick back up. There's one. Was this whole? I don't know what to do with it. It's something, but I don't know what it is or what to do with it. It's the 0 and 1. Just like using the 0 and 1, like the on-off 0.1, 0.2, 0.1, like the same thing that they use in software releases or like operating system, like program releases. They'll have like however many iterations of the thing prior to 1.0, which is the first legitimate one, and then they'll have 1.1, 0.2, all that stuff, then 2.0. You know what I'm saying? That's what I had, but I could never. I have like notes, like sketches of ideas for how to tell the story, based on how to tell my story based on like my personal shit, and then the bigger picture. It's like it's my own shit. The vast majority of my own personal stuff I understand is not, and I'm not as good of a storyteller to convey in a way that is like palatable to most people. And I don't think that most people will find it like so what, dude? So what, the fucking CIA is trying to kill you? So fucking what? So what, you grew up in a fucking, your entire, so what? You spent the vast majority of the most traumatizing experiences in two towns that opposed each other during the Civil War. Lone Jack, Missouri, and Lawrence, Kansas. So what, you grew up in black culture, Hispanic culture, and poor white culture. So what, you fucking bisexual, bi-curious. So what, your ex tried to fucking, your ex was almost on a fucking Hollywood TV show called Queer Eye. So what, you're fucking, just all the shit. She tried to turn your son into a tranny. So what, you're fucking, you posted a fucking, a picture of George Floyd with a noose around his neck. Your shit goes on and on. So fucking what? There's a broader spectrum thing going on here. And I never could. And I'm not going to give up on it. I'm just going to put it, it's just a sapling. It's just sitting there. And then there's all the other things, like teaching myself cybersecurity. It's a sapling. It's sitting there. I've, just water it a little bit here and there. It's sitting there. Anybody can pick it up, but it's a seed. It just sits. It sits. I go back to Blender. I'm going to start animating again, like back and forth. Like I have a garden of saplings, and perhaps this image is the fucking, the thing. It's the thing. Oh. And each point, each node is its own little sapling. And maybe my kids, when they reach the age of majority, which they've got another, like, both of them all together, another, like, I'd say 10, 15 years. 10, 15 years, so what's that? 2020, so 2035 to 2040. If God doesn't destroy the earth with a fucking meteor and all the lizard people get flushed out again, maybe one of them can pick up and like go balls to the wall, actually grow a tree out of these saplings, become an animator, become a writer, become a fucking chef, become a whatever, like every fucking thing. So many things. I'm a battery technician. What did I put on my fucking resume? Cybersecurity, repair technician, server, banquet bartender, fucking wood fire grill cook, fucking racist. I see here on your curriculum vitae, isn't that what it's called? You see the lists you as a known racist, sir. Would you care to expound upon your experience as a racist? Yes, I say words like nigger and brownie and apple. These are all racial epithets, and I use them equally because I believe in equality, which makes me a racist. I also like watching NASCAR and Formula One and the Tour de France. All of these races are something I'm very interested in, which makes me a racist. And now I've said too much. Have a beautiful day. And rather than arresting Austin Police Department, rather than arresting the criminals in your organization, could you do us all a favor and fucking execute them in Minecraft?